Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Right Winging It, where common sense is still common and we don't do trigger warnings. Oh, you're going to love this crap. I've got a clip. Hell, I've got a whole pile of them. And the headline on this one, Chef's Kiss of Political Stupidity. This is the stuff I live for, because no matter how much these clowns lie or spin, the receipts don't die. They sit there like a damn time bomb, waiting to blow their hypocrisy sky high. And boom, here we are. Democrats screaming their heads off, calling Trump a fascist dictator for trying the most basic thing any sane person would do, make Washington, D.C. safe. That's it. That's the supposed crime. And their genius take, deploying the National Guard is racist. Are you shitting me? These idiots can't even say it with a straight face. So now every Democrat rat crawls out of their hole, stampedes to MSNBC, or slobbers onto whatever bargain bin podcast still takes them, shrieking dictator while proving once again they're full of shit. Take a quick look.
When he says, oh, it's Liberation Day and all of these things, those are, ways of him saying, oh, it's white power. It's what I want to do. Those are racist remarks. His number one targets are cities that are led by Black mayors. His number one targets are cities that are sanctuary cities that, support immigration.
Yep, same lazy Democrat garbage, rinse and repeat, only this time their stance isn't holding up worth a damn. And here's where the hypocrisy really hits the stratosphere, though honestly, with these clowns, it's just another day ending in why. Somebody just dug up footage of D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser testifying before Congress a couple years back on, you guessed it, crime in Washington, D.C. And what was she demanding? Control of the National Guard to keep her city safe. That's right. When Bowser cries for troops, it's noble and woke as hell. When Trump does it, suddenly it's white supremacist Jim Crow 2.0. Give me a fucking break. The double standard is so obvious, it's insulting. And yeah, I'm just as pissed as you are. So let me show you the exact clip that's got me grinding my teeth. We've got some serious hypocrisy receipts to dig into, so let's roll the damn tape.
D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser announced her Safer, Stronger anti-crime legislation. So this morning, she went to Capitol Hill to testify before the House Oversight Committee about crime in the district and ways to reduce it.
Access to firearms is a national problem, and we need common sense gun reform. We also need this Congress to give the mayor control of the D.C. National Guard. We welcome your partnerships or non-public safety initiatives as well.
Oh, they'll welcome partnerships and non-public safety initiatives too. Give me a break. You couldn't script this bullshit. You tried. When Democrats call up the National Guard to deal with DC's crime problem, it's framed as bold, responsible leadership. But when Donald Trump does the exact same damn thing, suddenly it's evil, racist, white supremacist fascism. And apparently, according to these geniuses, crime doesn't even exist in D.C. The hypocrisy isn't just obvious, it's insulting. Classic rules for the not for me garbage. They're not even hiding it anymore. The whole logic is Trump did it, so it must be bad. That's it. That's the depth of their thinking. And I'll tell you right now, this half-baked strategy is going to backfire so hard it'll blow their own feet off. They're handing the Trump camp enough ammo to level a city block. And speaking of ammo, let's take a look at the receipts because I've got the clips and they're brutal.
Empowerment is going to keep on going until we make America, and D.C. in particular, a safe place again.
What evidence do you have or that the DOJ has? Are you going to be releasing it?
I'm sorry?
Are you going to be releasing evidence of this?
Of what? That D.C. has a terrible crime problem? You just got to look around. Obviously, D.C. has a terrible crime problem. The Department of Justice statistics back it up. The FBI statistics back it up. Just talk to a resident of this city, this beautiful, great American city. Don't they deserve... we talk about human rights. We hear these people outside screaming, free D.C. Let's free D.C. from lawlessness. Let's free Washington, D.C. from one of the highest murder rates in the entire world. Let's free Washington, D.C. so that young families can walk around and feel safe and secure. That's what we're trying to free D.C. from. And as Stephen said, it's kind of bizarre that we have a bunch of old, primarily white people who are out there protesting the policies that keep people safe when they've never felt danger in their entire lives.
I think here's the most important point. There are residents who lived in Washington, D.C. their entire lives. Their parents lived here. Their grandparents lived here. And they have lived for generations in intolerable conditions of crime and decay. There are parts of the city, I moved to the city 20 years ago. There are places where I've seen graffiti that has been untouched for 2 decades. There are homeless encampments that have made it impossible for families to use public parks and public recreation for as long as I've lived here. There are hundreds of residents of this city who are shot, in street violence every single year, making it one of the most violent cities on planet Earth. And for too long, 99% of this city has been terrorized by 1% of the city. And the voices that you hear out there, those crazy communists, they have no roots. They have no connections to the city. They have no families they are raising in this city. They have no one that they are sending to school in this city. They have no jobs in this city. They have no connections to this community at all. But they're the ones who've been advocating for the 1%, the criminals, the killers, the rapists, the drug dealers. So we're going to ignore these stupid white hippies that all need to go home and take a nap because they're all over 90 years old. And we're going to get back to the business of protecting the American people and the citizens of Washington, D.C.
Absolute asshole, and I love it. But exactly like I've been saying, the ball's teed up sitting on the damn stand. This isn't some 100-mile-an-hour fastball you've got to work for. Democrats practically gift-wrapped it, teed it up, and now guys like Stephen Miller and J.D. Vance are walking in and blasting it out of the park. It's so unbelievably stupid, it hurts. Once again, the brain trust of the Democrat Party, guided by Trump derangement syndrome, has managed to sabotage themselves. They've handed Trump the chance to look righteous, strong, and like he's the only one fighting for what regular people want, while they look like absolute jackasses. And for what? 91% of D.C. residents already say crime is a major issue. So what do Democrats do? They plant their flag on the side of the damn criminals. Brilliant, genius, real strategy right there. Meanwhile, polling shows Trump actually winning the argument, 49% support, 45% opposed. But the left can't help themselves. They double down and flip reality upside down. Now, the thugs terrorizing Washington, D.C. are the victims, and the National Guard are somehow the bad guys. Unreal. Keep that twisted logic in mind, folks, and then watch this clip. Tell me that isn't one of the most wholesome clips you've ever seen. You've got National Guard troops, all black, by the way. So much for the white supremacist Trump crackdown narrative. These guardsmen are out there talking with kids, laughing with them, snapping photos, even letting them climb up in the Humvee. That's not oppression. That's awesome. That's community connection. That's inspiration. That's safety. You can see it in the kids' faces. They're pumped. They're engaged. And they're seeing role models in uniform. And here's the kicker. It's actually working. The work is real. The results are real. And it's everything the Democrats swore would never happen.
No denying D.C.'s got a crime problem. But should these governors be sending troops from their states where they have crime problems to D.C.?
Well, I mean, if you're suggesting we call out the National Guard in these cities, I think that's a different conversation than our nation's capital, the District of Columbia, which is a federal zone. And I don't think it's theater. I think it's working. They've arrested hundreds of people. They've gotten a number of violent criminals off the street. Just last night, they arrested an illegal alien and a member of MS-13. They've gotten a lot of illegal guns off the street. Half of all the non-immigration arrests have come in D.C.'s two most violent wards. There was some concern that they wouldn't be looking into the places where the crime is. That's not true. They actually have been. And so I have to say, with the amount of progress they've made in just these few days, if it improves a little bit in our nation's capital, that's good for every state, because every state has people that visit there all the time. You've both said they're not doing anything. The simple fact that they are there.
I didn't say all
their
of them.
Presence,
I said a majority of them.
And having more eyes and ears on the streets of Washington, D.C., a place where there is crime happening all over the city, I don't know how you could argue that that is not a good use of their time. It's our nation's capital. It is our national capital.
For crime to go down.
It is a disgrace for it to be violent.
But just one thing on that. Some of the crime that's being committed in D.C. is by young individuals.
Yeah, and they don't prosecute people under 25. How dumb is that?
But it gets to the point of the root problem here. We have an education problem. We have a schools problem. We have a community problem.
We have a carjacking problem. We have a murder problem.
And that's not going to be addressed by having the National Guard there for many years.
So I agree with you. It's hard to run cities, but it's also easy to see the error of your ways. In Washington, D.C., they limit prosecutions of people under the age of 25. Who do you think is committing the crimes?
And you know what? The mayor has been fighting against that for a while.
And you know what? The mayor's been fighting this tooth and nail, but the numbers don't lie. Crime has dropped like a rock since Donald Trump stepped in. They're doing the job, and it's working, which makes it absolutely disgusting watching Democrats demonize the very service members putting their asses on the line. It's despicable, but that's their playbook. They overcomplicate everything, turn every issue into some propaganda op, and forget the obvious truth. Americans deserve safe damn streets in their own capital city. The National Guard is there making that happen. But instead of backing them, Democrats smear them, attack them, and slander Trump for good measure. Let's be real. These assholes are siding with chaos, crime, and the criminals every single time. And the hypocrisy, off the charts, because when Joe Biden was in office, these same clowns were demanding the guard. Unreal. Another day, another pile of Democrat dishonesty. Anyway, that's all I've got for you guys today. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.